in a quiet forest where the wind speaks gently to the trees. There is a truth that has been spoken for thousands of years, not in loud voices, but in stillness. It is this: good fortune does not disappear suddenly. It is slowly consumed by something subtle, something invisible, something most people refuse to see. This is the silent killer of good luck. It does not arrive with warning. It does not knock loudly on your door. It enters quietly, wearing the disguise of small thoughts, small habits, and small excuses. And by the time a person realizes its presence, their clarity is already dimmed, their progress already slowed, and their opportunities already missed. This silent destroyer is not fate. It is not destiny. It is not bad timing. It is negligence of the mind. Good luck, in truth, is not a random gift falling from the sky. It is a delicate harmony created by actions, intentions, and awareness. When the mind is pure, focused, and disciplined, life seems to open doors effortlessly. But when the mind becomes scattered, careless, and indulgent, even the greatest opportunities pass unnoticed. The first form of this silent killer is procrastination. Dressed as comfort, it whispers softly, "Do it later," it says. You are tired. Rest a little more. Poison. Highway CYC. It convinces you that tomorrow will be easier. But tomorrow, once it arrives, carries the same illusion. Slowly, the present moment is stolen again and again, until life becomes a collection of postponed intentions, and luck, which only walks with action, quietly moves away. The second form is distraction. The mind that runs in many directions cannot hold a single blessing. Like water poured into a cracked vessel, energy leaks away in endless scrolling, unnecessary speech, and scattered desires. Awareness becomes weak. Decisions lose strength, and what could have been shaped into greatness dissolves into fragments of attention. True fortune favors the one who sees clearly, but distraction blinds the eye that should be watching the path. The third form is doubt. Doubt does not shout. It murmurs. It does not destroy in one moment. It erodes slowly. It questions every step, weakens every intention, and convinces a person that they are smaller than their potential. When doubt becomes habitual, even a strong opportunity feels heavy, and even a simple step feels impossible. Luck does not disappear when challenges appear. It disappears when belief is surrendered. The fourth form is careless speech and thought. Words are seeds. Thoughts are the soil. When both are polluted with negativity, complaint, and anger, the harvest cannot be peace. A restless mind creates restless outcomes. A blaming tongue builds barriers around opportunity, and slowly what could have been growth becomes repetition of struggle. But understand this clearly. This silent killer is not permanent. It survives only where awareness is absent. The moment awareness enters, everything begins to change. When a person observes their thoughts instead of being controlled by them, The mind becomes clean when action replaces delay. Momentum returns when focus replaces distraction. Strength gathers. When trust replaces doubt, direction becomes clear. And when speech becomes mindful, life responds with balance. Negligence of the mind destroys good fortune. The greatest threat to good luck is not fate or bad circumstances, but a careless, unfocused, and undisciplined mind. Many people spend their lives believing that good luck is controlled by fate, chance, or circumstances beyond their control. When things go well, they call it luck. When difficulties arise, they blame bad fortune. Yet the deeper truth is that the greatest threat to good fortune often comes from within. A careless and undisciplined mind slowly weakens the conditions that allow success, peace, and opportunity to grow. This process is usually so subtle that it goes unnoticed. A person may neglect important responsibilities, ignore valuable lessons, act without reflection, or allow negative habits to take root. Over time, these small actions create confusion, poor decisions, and unnecessary obstacles. The mind is like a garden. If it is tended with awareness, patience, and wisdom, it produces healthy fruits. If it is neglected, weeds begin to spread. These weeds may appear as laziness, anger, jealousy, greed, or constant worry. As they grow stronger, they consume the energy that could have been used for growth and progress. Opportunities may still appear, but an untrained mind often fails to recognize them, or lacks the discipline to make use of them. True good fortune flourishes when the mind is clear, attentive, and balanced. By cultivating awareness and taking responsibility for one's thoughts and actions, a person creates the foundation upon which lasting success and happiness can naturally arise. Procrastination silently steals opportunities, delaying action in search of comfort, causes missed chances, and prevents positive outcomes from developing. Procrastination rarely appears as an obvious enemy. Instead, it often disguises itself as comfort, convenience, or the promise of a better time in the future. A person tells themselves they will begin tomorrow after they feel more motivated, after conditions improve, or after they have more confidence. Yet tomorrow arrives carrying the same excuses as before. Days become weeks, weeks become months, and valuable opportunities slowly fade away. What could have been achieved through steady action remains only an unfinished intention. Every meaningful accomplishment begins with a single step taken in the present moment. When action is delayed repeatedly, momentum is lost, skills remain undeveloped, goals remain distant, and confidence begins to weaken. The mind becomes accustomed to postponement, making it even harder to act when opportunities finally appear. In this way, procrastination silently steals possibilities without creating any immediate alarm. Life rewards movement. Even small efforts, when repeated consistently, create progress. Over time, a seed grows into a tree not through sudden transformation, but through daily growth. Likewise, success and good fortune are often the result of small actions performed regularly. Those who act despite uncertainty discover paths that remain hidden from those who endlessly wait. By replacing delay with steady effort, a person opens the door to growth, learning, and opportunities that would otherwise pass unnoticed. Action creates possibilities, while procrastination quietly allows them to disappear. Distraction weakens awareness and success. Constant distractions scatter energy and attention, making it difficult to recognize and seize opportunities. Distraction has become one of the most powerful forces, pulling people away from their potential. It rarely appears harmful at first. A few moments of unnecessary entertainment, endless scrolling, constant checking of notifications, or allowing the mind to wander from one desire to another, may seem harmless. Yet when these small distractions accumulate day after day, they gradually consume time, energy, and attention. The mind becomes scattered, and a scattered mind struggles to recognize opportunities, make wise decisions, or remain committed to meaningful goals. Attention is one of the most valuable resources a person possesses. Whatever receives attention grows stronger. When attention is constantly divided, even important tasks lose momentum. A person may begin many things but finish very few. They may have dreams and ambitions, but lack the focus needed to turn those dreams into reality. Opportunities often appear quietly, requiring awareness and presence to recognize them. When the mind is distracted, these opportunities can pass unnoticed. A focused mind is like a calm lake. Its surface is clear enough to reflect reality accurately. In contrast, a restless mind resembles water disturbed by strong winds, making it difficult to see what lies beneath. The more distractions control a person's life, the harder it becomes to maintain clarity and purpose. By practicing concentration and giving full attention to the present moment, a person develops the ability to act wisely, use opportunities effectively, and create the conditions for lasting success and fulfillment. Doubt erodes potential and confidence. Persistent self-doubt reduces courage, weakens decision-making, and stops people from taking meaningful action. Doubt is a quiet force that slowly weakens a person from within. It does not arrive loudly or forcefully. Instead, it grows in subtle thoughts that question ability, timing, and worth. A person may begin with strong intentions and clear direction, but as doubt takes root, even simple steps begin to feel uncertain. The mind starts creating endless what-if scenarios, most of them negative, which makes action feel risky and overwhelming. Over time, this hesitation becomes a habit, and the habit becomes a barrier to progress. When doubt dominates the mind, opportunities are no longer seen as possibilities, but as threats. A person may avoid taking chances, even when the path is open, because fear of failure feels stronger than hope for success. This inner resistance reduces confidence and slowly distances a person from their potential. Even when success is near, doubt can cause hesitation at the final step, leading to missed outcomes that could have changed life significantly. Confidence is not the absence of uncertainty, but the ability to act despite it. Those who move forward while acknowledging doubt often discover that it weakens with action. Each step taken builds trust in one's own ability. But when doubt is allowed to grow unchecked, it creates a cycle of inaction, where fear feeds hesitation, and hesitation feeds more fear. Breaking this cycle requires awareness and small, consistent acts of courage that gradually restore clarity and inner strength. Awareness and discipline create good luck. Mindfulness, focused effort, positive thoughts. Where good luck is often misunderstood as something random that appears and disappears without reason. In reality, what people call luck is usually the outcome of inner conditions, meeting external opportunities. When the mind is clear, disciplined, and aware, actions become more effective, decisions become wiser, and opportunities are recognized more easily. In such a state, life appears to move smoothly, and people describe it as good fortune. But this harmony does not happen by accident. It is created through consistent habits of mindfulness, effort, and self-awareness. Awareness plays a central role in shaping outcomes. A person who is present in each moment notices small opportunities that others overlook. Discipline ensures that these opportunities are acted upon rather than ignored. Patience allows results to develop naturally instead of forcing outcomes prematurely. Together, these qualities create a foundation where success feels natural rather than forced. What is often seen as sudden luck is usually the result of unseen preparation. Small daily actions, repeated over time, build momentum that eventually leads to visible results. When the mind is trained to focus, avoid unnecessary distractions, and act with intention, life begins to align in favorable ways. Thus, good fortune is not something to wait for, but something to cultivate through conscious living and steady effort.